How's it going, YouTube? So another video, another day. Today we're going to be focusing on Pez, because who doesn't love a Pez? They've been going for absolutely donkeys. Again, remember them from my childhood. My kids like them. What you're going to see here is just a number of Pezes. There are obviously, well, God knows how many there are in existence. I would think probably, you know, they're in the hundreds of thousands. I would have said there's got to be so many for the duration that they've been going on for. And obviously some of the characters have been redone twice, or maybe more times. So this one, really, this here, I'm not actually an avid hunter of Pez. It's not something that I would say I focus on in my collection, but having children and just general collecting, I seem to sort of come across them, and whenever I come across them I kind of pick them up and they kind of go in my little box. One day they may get passed on, or they may get sold, or whatever, I'm not sure, but for now I seem to be collecting them. I think this is probably where that borderline of hoarding and collecting comes in. Am I a hoarder? You guys will probably be able to tell me. But yeah, so at the moment these pretty much like live in sort of safe storage. So there's modern and old in here. There's some that have never even been taken out of the box. I'm not really sure why they've not been eaten. They're really new ones. I say new, I think they're sort of within the last few years, where people have probably given them to me, and rather than actually eating them, they've just gone in the box. So let's get started. So obviously on the end there you can see a modern one, that's Optimus Prime. We've got some of the emoji ones, Peppa Pig, we've got the Pokemon, and then we come to a couple of the Marvel ones. We've got the Mario. I don't think these are vintage, I think they're fairly modern. I couldn't tell you what year they are, but I'm assuming that they're fairly modern. And then you got one of the Ninja Turtles on the end. We have actually got all four of these, but I'm not too sure where the other three are. They might be in my son's box a bit. Like I say, this one was definitely one of his. Then we come down, so I think that actually is a vintage Goofy. Some modern Asterix. We've got Winnie the Pooh. This character here, I have no idea who it is. My kids would probably be able to tell me, but I have no clue. We've got Harry Potter. We've got a modern My Little Pony. I think these guys are Miraculous. If I'm wrong, you guys tell me. We've got Frozen. We've got SpongeBob. And then we've got another modern Star Wars on the end that's still in its box. And then this is kind of where some of the older ones that I had come out. So we've got a modern Tom there, and then we've got a vintage Tom. So I mean, look at the state of the sculpts. You can really see the difference in how things have changed as Pez have progressed, and how the I guess the machining and the tooling of how these things are made has progressed. But even on the vintage ones, they were still amazing. And I think I actually still prefer the vintage one, but not because I think it looks better, but just because, yeah, for me it's a bit more of a nostalgic feel. You got Jerry there. I can't remember what the dog's called. Did you have Trike and Tyke or something like that? Maybe he might be one of those. We've got Sylvester. We've got oh god, my brain is just a complete blank at the minute. So Speedy Gonzales, I think, Bugs Bunny, Yosemite Sam, Daffy Duck, and Tweety Pie. And then we've got down here, we've got a random crocodile. Maybe it's a character from something. Again, I'm not sure. If you know, let me know. We've got Odie, and we've got two Garfields. Now, this particular Garfield that's here, again, was mine as a child, and I absolutely loved it. He's just hung on to me for so long. I'm a big Garfield fan anyway. Those of you that know will know that I love the books. Used to read the books and things a lot. I covered the sticker album in one of the other videos. So if you haven't seen that, go check that out. And I will be covering some of the PVCs and things in a future video. So yeah, definitely check that one out when it posts. And then as a little sort of bonus, these are something that I also found in the sort of knick-knack box, is these two vintage, well, three vintage candy pots. I've also got some turtle ones, which I'm not too sure where the turtle ones have gone. But again, if I find them out, I'll probably cover them on another video, maybe with some turtles bits. But these are really, really light. There's hardly anything to these. And you unscrewed the bottom, and they were full of candy. So obviously that's Mario, and then Link from Zelda. This one is obviously Chewbacca from Star Wars. And again, you unscrew the bottom. I can't remember what year he's from. I know these guys are definitely getting on now. I would say they're probably sort of early 90s. As a guess. But yeah, if anybody knows, is there any more of these? I'm assuming there probably is. I'm assuming there's more of these sort of candy pots floating around. I've not tried to find any, but again, I'd be interested to know what you guys find. So that's it. So that's just a quick video on Pez. Obviously, this is only, you know, not even the tip of the iceberg for Pez collectors. If you've got a serious Pez collector, they will probably be able to create a 24-hour video on this sort of stuff. But hopefully it's just giving you a little thing to have a look at. And yeah, follow me for the next one. Thanks, guys.